Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into the latest whirlwind of drama unfolding in The Bold and the Beautiful. Betrayals are brewing, secrets are unraveling, and relationships will be put to the ultimate test. Buckle up, because Los Angeles is about to be shaken to its core by shocking confessions, unexpected confrontations, and deeply buried pasts that refuse to stay hidden. Finn's life-changing confession to Steffy. The serene setting of the Cliff House is about to be shattered by an emotional storm as John Finn Finnegan sits across from Steffy Forrester, his expression more serious than ever. The weight of his secret is unbearable, and he knows that what he's about to reveal could change everything. Steffy, sensing his tension, braces herself as Finn admits that he's been struggling with something that she's not going to want to hear. The air between them grows heavy, anticipation building with every second. Will Finn muster the courage to tell Steffy the whole truth? There are two paths before him. He could take the safer route and only admit to Steffy that Luna Nozawa is missing and that he's been met with nothing but dead ends regarding her whereabouts. While that might alleviate some of the burden, it wouldn't be the full truth, and Finn knows it. The other option? Confess the entire story, tell Steffy that Luna is actually his daughter. If he chooses the latter, Steffy's world will be flipped upside down in an instant. The revelation would be earth-shattering. How will she react? Will she explode in anger, feeling betrayed that such a life-altering secret was kept from her? Or will she, despite the initial shock, try to understand Finn's position? No matter the outcome, the consequences of this confession will be felt far and wide, leaving Finn and Steffy's marriage at a crossroads. Poppy Nozawa's anxiety spirals out of control. While Finn wrestles with his conscience, Poppy Nozawa is drowning in her own sea of anxieties. She's always walked a fine line between truth and secrecy, and now, everything she's tried to keep hidden is threatening to come out. She knows Finn is on the verge of coming clean, and that terrifies her. If the truth about Luna's paternity is revealed, it could not only change Finn's life, but also throw Luna's entire sense of identity into chaos. Amidst all of this, Poppy finds herself face to face with her estranged sister, Lee Finnegan, in what will be a pivotal moment in their relationship. For years, there has been tension between them, mostly fueled by past misunderstandings, resentment, and the choices Poppy has made. But now, Lee seems to be reaching out, hoping to repair what's been broken. She offers a heartfelt apology, expressing regret over the way she's treated Poppy in the past. She wants a fresh start, an opportunity for them to be real sisters again. For a brief moment, emotions take over, and Poppy allows herself to embrace the warmth of reconciliation. They share a hug, a rare and precious gesture, but in the back of Poppy's mind, the storm is still brewing. She can't let herself fully enjoy this moment, because she knows what's coming. If Finn tells Steffy the truth, it won't just impact him, it'll ripple out to everyone involved, and that includes her. The walls are closing in, and she's running out of time. A shocking encounter at the Spencer mansion. Meanwhile, at the luxurious Spencer mansion, Luna Nozawa finds herself in an unsettling situation. She expected a quiet evening, but instead, she comes face to face with someone from her past, Remy Price. His sudden appearance catches her completely off guard, leaving her momentarily speechless. At first, Luna assumes he must be there for a routine maintenance issue, perhaps to fix the air conditioning or something trivial. But when Remy looks at her with narrowed eyes, something changes. He studies her closely, his gaze lingering as if he's trying to place her. That's when it happens. The spark of recognition. He's seen her before. Luna's heart pounds as she watches realization dawn on Remy's face. He remembers her from somewhere, perhaps from the flood of news reports about Tom Starr and Paul Hollister's tragic fates. But unlike others who might have recoiled in fear or suspicion, Remy doesn't seem intimidated. If anything, he seems intrigued. This spells trouble. Finn is on the verge of shattering Steffy's world with his confession. Poppy is drowning in fear, knowing that her carefully constructed life is about to be torn apart. Luna is facing a new and unexpected threat in the form of Remy, who may or may not choose to expose her. And Remy himself is navigating a city that has every reason to distrust him, yet he's determined to carve out a place for himself, no matter the cost. One thing is clear, secrets never stay buried for long. And in a city where loyalty is tested, love is constantly challenged, and the past always finds a way back, the stakes have never been higher. Next, we'll unravel the latest developments in The Bold and the Beautiful, where secrets threaten to explode, relationships teeter on the edge, and long-buried truths claw their way to the surface. With Luna grappling, "If you break the rules, Luna, there's nothing I can do to save you," he reminds her with a firm gaze. His words may seem harsh, but there's an undeniable truth in them. Bill is one of the few people in her corner, but even his influence has limits. Luna nods, swallowing down the knot of emotions tightening in her throat. "I know, Bill. I promise I won't do anything stupid." But despite her reassurances, the guilt gnaws at her. She wonders, for the 100th time, if she truly deserves this second chance. After what happened to Tom Starr, Paul Hollis Hollister, and Steffy Forrester, the cousin's wife she nearly destroyed, maybe prison is exactly where she belongs. Liam's uncertainty, and Steffy's unwavering faith in Finn. Across town at the Cliff House, Steffy Forrester and Liam Spencer sit at the dining table, their conversation revolving around the one thing that binds them together forever, their daughter, Kelly. Their co-parenting dynamic has remained strong, and as they review Kelly's schedule, there's a moment of warmth, a brief reminder of the life they once shared. But then, the conversation takes a darker turn. Liam, unable to shake the trauma of recent events, brings up a conversation he had with Bill. "We were talking about how close we came to losing you," he says, his voice tinged with residual fear. "Because of Luna." Steffy exhales slowly, her expression darkening. She doesn't like to dwell on it. The mere thought of Luna Nozawa sends a shiver down her spine. "I try not to think about her," she admits. "Or what she put me through. I hope I never see the light of day in her eyes again." Liam studies her, his concern evident. "Do you feel safe?" Steffy's lips press together, her fingers curling slightly against the table's surface. "I was this close to being Luna's third victim," she reminds him. "But my husband, my brave, incredible husband made sure that didn't happen." There's a deep, unwavering trust in her voice when she speaks about Finn. "I can always count on him." The conversation shifts slightly when Liam takes a phone call from his office. After a brief exchange, he sighs and looks back at Steffy. "It's about a big client," he explains. "They're not happy they have to deal with me instead of my dad. But with Bill stepping back from the company, it's just the way things are now." Steffy tilts her head. "You don't mind stepping up, though?" Liam gives a half-hearted shrug. "It's fine. It's just work. It's not like I have much else going on besides the kids." There's something in his tone that catches Steffy's attention. She narrows her eyes slightly. "Liam, are you taking care of yourself?" Liam hesitates before flashing a small smile. "I work out sometimes. Read a little. Been thinking about getting a parrot." Steffy arches a brow. "A parrot?" Liam chuckles, but then sighs. "I don't know. Life just doesn't look the way I thought it would at this point." He gestures vaguely. "You're with Finn. Hope's with Carter." And it's my own damn fault, but still, sometimes it just sucks. Steffi watches him for a long moment. She understands that look in his eyes. She's seen it before, on her own face, in her own reflection, when life takes unexpected turns and you're left struggling to find your footing. Finn and Poppy's standoff, a truth that can no longer be buried. At the hospital, in the dim light of his office, Finn is a man at war with himself. The exhaustion from his back-to-back shifts clings to him, but it's not just physical fatigue weighing him down. His mind is a battlefield, filled with conflicting emotions that refuse to settle. As he shrugs out of his scrubs, speaking to someone on the phone about his grueling schedule, his only thought is of Steffi. He needs to get home to her. He needs to tell her the truth. The moment he disconnects, Poppy Nozawa steps into the room. The second their eyes meet, there's an unspoken understanding. She knows why she's here. He knows what she's about to say. And he has no interest in hearing it. I won't change my mind, Finn tells her, his voice resolute. I'm telling Steffi the truth. Today. Poppy's expression wavers, but she doesn't back down. You haven't told her yet, she counters. And do you know why? Because deep down, you know that keeping this secret is the only way to protect what you and Steffi have. Finn exhales sharply, frustration flashing across his face. Dishonesty is exactly how we got here, Poppy. A tense silence stretches between them. They both know what's at stake. They both know what this revelation could do to Finn's marriage, to Steffi's already fragile sense of security. But none of that changes what's right. If I had known about Luna, Finn says, his voice thick with emotion, I could have been there for her. I could have been both, a doctor and a father. But you made that choice for me. And now all I can think about is how different her life might have been, how different my life might have been. Poppy looks away, unable to meet his gaze. And now, Finn continues, his voice breaking slightly, I have no idea how Steffi is going to react when she finds out that the woman who abducted her, who nearly killed her, is my daughter. The words hang heavy between them, unshakable and irreversible. The truth is a wrecking ball, poised to smash everything in its path. And the fallout? It's coming. What happens next? The stage is set for devastation. Finn is about to tell Steffi a truth that could destroy their marriage. Liam is spiraling, searching for meaning in a life that feels unrecognizable. Luna is suffocating under the weight of her past, wondering if she even deserves redemption. And Poppy? She's watching helplessly as everything she's worked to protect begins to unravel. One thing is certain, Los Angeles is about to witness another storm. And no one will be left unscathed. Next, we'll be diving into the latest bold and the beautiful drama, where relationships are put to the test, past mistakes come back to haunt the present, and secrets threaten to tear everything apart. From Liam's internal struggles to Finn's moral dilemma, there's no shortage of emotional turmoil in Los Angeles. Let's break it all down. Finn's internal struggle and Poppy's plea at the hospital. In the dim glow of his office, John Finn Finnegan finds himself once again locked in an agonizing debate with Poppy Nozawa. His mind is clouded with 1,000 thoughts, each one heavier than the last. He knows the truth, his truth, cannot be buried any longer. For weeks, Finn has wrestled with this burden, questioning how his life has once again spiraled into chaos. First, he discovered the horrifying truth about his birth mother, Sheila Carter, a revelation that nearly destroyed his marriage. Now, another bombshell looms over him, one he knows will send shockwaves through his relationship with Steffi. I have to tell her, Finn insists, his voice laced with urgency. I've been keeping this from her for too long. She deserves to know that Luna is my daughter. Poppy, her expression desperate, shakes her head. Finn, think about what you're saying. This secret, it's not just about you. It's about Luna. It's about Steffy. You're risking everything you have with her. Finn lets out a bitter laugh, running a hand through his hair. You think I haven't thought about that? You think I don't know what this will do to my marriage? He exhales sharply. But keeping secrets, lying, that's what got us all here in the first place. I won't be a part of that anymore. Poppy's eyes soften. She knows he means well, but she also knows Steffy. And Steffy doesn't handle betrayal lightly. If Finn goes through with this, if he confesses, their marriage might not survive. And the worst part? Once Steffy realizes the connection. Once she pieces together that the woman who nearly killed her is her husband's daughter, her world will never be the same again. Steffy and Liam's unfinished business. Meanwhile, at the stunning Cliff House, Steffy Forrester and Liam Spencer sit across from each other, wrapped in an easy yet complicated conversation. The subject at hand? Their children. For all their tumultuous history, one thing has remained true: Steffy and Liam make great co-parents. They seamlessly go over schedules, events, and everything in between. But beneath the smooth discussion, there's something unspoken lingering in the air. Something that neither of them is quite ready to acknowledge. Liam, shifting slightly in his chair, suddenly lets out a sigh. I've been thinking a lot lately. About my life. About how different everything turned out from what I expected. Steffy tilts her head. What do you mean? Liam hesitates, but then chuckles, though there's no humor in it. I guess you could say I'm having an existential crisis. Steffy studies him, searching for the deeper meaning behind his words. My dad stepped away from the business, which means I'm picking up the slack. And let's just say, most of his clients aren't thrilled about dealing with me instead of Dollar Bill. Liam leans back, rubbing his temples. But that's not even what's really bothering me. It's everything else. I love my kids. I love spending time with them. But when I go home, it's just me. Steffy softens, understanding where this is going. You're with Finn, Liam continues, his voice quiet. Hope's with Carter. And me? I just assumed. I don't know. I just assumed I wouldn't end up alone. A silence stretches between them, filled with unsaid words, unspoken regrets. Steffy takes a deep breath. Liam, you know why things turned out the way they did. You kept going back and forth, between me and Hope. You made choices that led you here. Liam nods. I know. And I don't blame anyone but myself. He looks down, a sad smile playing at his lips. I just didn't think it would feel this empty. For the first time in a long time, Steffy sees a vulnerability in Liam that feels familiar. And that familiarity? It's dangerous. Because the last time she saw it, the last time Liam felt lost and adrift, she ended up in his arms. The looming fallout, could Liam be Steffy's escape? Finn may be unaware of it, but his internal crisis isn't the only thing threatening his marriage. Steffy has always been a woman who needs stability. She needs to feel safe, to know she can trust the man standing beside her. And if Finn comes home and drops this bombshell, if he shatters the illusion of security she's clung to, she might not react the way he hopes. Because for Steffy, betrayal doesn't just hurt, it changes everything. She stood by Finn after Sheila nearly destroyed their family. She chose him, time and time again, even when things got difficult. But if he reveals that Luna, the woman who almost killed her, is actually his daughter? That's a different kind of pain altogether. Steffy might not be able to look at Finn the same way. She might question everything: his love, his loyalty, his judgment. And when Steffi feels uncertain, when she feels abandoned or betrayed, history has shown that she turns to the one person who has always been there for her. Liam. Could this shocking revelation push Steffi back into Liam's arms? Could Finn's need to tell the truth lead to the unraveling of everything he's fought so hard to protect? It's possible. Because no matter how much time passes, no matter how many choices are made, one thing has always remained true: Steffi and Liam's story is never truly over. What's next? Finn is preparing to make the biggest confession of his life, unaware that doing so could push Steffi right back into Liam's waiting arms. Liam is searching for something, someone, to fill the emptiness in his life, and Steffi might just be that person. Poppy is watching in fear, knowing that once the truth is out, the damage will be irreversible. And Luna? She's about to become the center of a storm she never saw coming. Los Angeles is on the verge of another seismic shift, and when the dust settles, nothing will be the same.